Some people seem to catch all the breaks. Ever felt that way? Well, today we're going to talk about someone who seemed to catch all the breaks. So stay tuned. King Hezekiah is one of those people for whom everything just seems to work out. But there's a reason for that. 2 Kings chapter 18 tells us that King Hezekiah was living a life of faithful obedience long before his difficulties came. He didn't wait for things to get bad to be faithful. He was faithful before the bad times came. And 2 Kings chapter 19 tells us that Hezekiah didn't scramble to fix things when they were bad, but rather prayerfully turned to God and trusted him for the outcome. Now, he wasn't perfect. In the middle of 2 Kings chapter 18, Hezekiah tries to pay off the Assyrian king rather than trust God. But once the Assyrian king goes back on his agreement, Hezekiah realizes that God is the only one I can truly trust. So, towards the end of 2 Kings chapter 19, Hezekiah believes God enough to wait for him to act on his promises. Even when impending disaster is breathing down Hezekiah's neck, he doesn't just say he believes in God. He sits on his hands and waits for God to do something. You see, Hezekiah was not someone who just caught all the breaks. He was someone who, 1, was faithful to God before he needed the break. 2, he was fervently prayerful when he needed a break. And 3, he was fearlessly willing to wait on God until the break came, despite the fear and the pressure that it might not. Hezekiah lived out those principles of faith and prayer and trusting even when he became ill and close to death in 2 Kings chapter 20. So compared to Hezekiah, how are you doing? Are you faithful before the problem arises? Prayerful in the midst of the problem? Are you trusting to the end of the problem? Or are you just hoping to catch a break? Chew on that question this week, and we'll see you next week.